Hey friends, I am getting ready for Christmas, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting a lot of my casseroles together just ahead of time. And so I'm gonna go ahead and make my green bean casserole. And this can be found on page 19 in my volume 1 cookbook. I love this cookbook so much because I've said this before, but never thought we'd have more than one cookbook. And so I put all of my favorite recipes in here. And they were all the holiday recipes, a lot of them, because I wanted them all in one spot. Now, this is the green bean casserole that you guys are used to, that a lot of you grew up on. I'm doubling this recipe because we're gonna have a lot of people at my house for Christmas. And so we're just gonna we're gonna start with 4 cans of green beans. I'm just gonna put them right here in my big old bowl. And then in a separate bowl, I am going to be just mixing up like my soup and my milk and that sort of thing. And so let me go ahead and get this bowl out. So I'm gonna be adding 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. And I love to use the Walmart brand. Of course, you can use whatever you like, but I like the Walmart brand. So I'm gonna put 2 cans in there, like I said, and then I'm gonna add some pepper to this, and I'm just gonna eyeball that pepper. So I'm gonna be putting in probably, maybe half of a teaspoon of pepper. I love some pepper. And then I'm gonna be adding about a cup of milk to this. And then I'm gonna get my whisk and mix this up really well. Okay, so here we are. Can you guys see that I'm mixing this up? And once you get it mixed up, then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add this to my green beans over here. Now, if you want to, you can just take and put it all in one big old bowl and add it together. But I always love to just take any kind of my sauces and go ahead and just mix those up separately. Okay, I'm gonna just scrape this out a little bit because we need to get all of that in there. Okay. Next, I'm just gonna add these crispy fried onions, and I love to use the French's, the name brand. I just think they taste better, and of course, you have to taste them. I could eat this whole thing. Okay, so I'm gonna be adding a little over half, and then I'm just gonna stir this around really well. One of the things that I've learned as I have just cooked a lot for these holiday meals is whatever you can do ahead of time, man, that helps on the day of. So what I love to do is I just love to do all of my casseroles like a day ahead of time. Of course, if you have time, you could even make casseroles and stick them in the freezer. And that's a really good idea, right? To think ahead like that. But again, this is one of my favorites, this green bean casserole. And so now I'm just gonna get my 9x13 pan and put it in there. All right, let's just go ahead and dump this in. And I've sprayed my pan a little lightly. For green bean casserole, you don't really have to put a lot of grease in there, but I like just a tiny bit. So, and then I'm just gonna spread this out. You will put this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes, and then you take it out, you add the rest of the onions to the top, and then you bake them until they're crispy, maybe about 5 minutes or so. This was our daughter Madison's favorite thing. She loved this like every single week. And so I made it all the time while she was growing up. made with a little bread, like when have a little bread and butter on the side and just have this. It's really good. All right, everybody. So there we go. There is the very first little casserole that I want to share with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that, and Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, Miss Annie has me in the kitchen doing some taste testing with her green bean casserole with the onions on top. This was Madison's favorite. Actually, I think it still is her favorite dish every holiday season. So here we go. Let me go ahead and take a bite of this. I can see why it's her favorite. It's delicious, it's consistent, and it's perfect. Hey, remember, like we always say, be stronger every day, and remember you can do hard things.